Hello everybody, hello and welcome back to Loads PC and welcome back to HoI 3 and welcome back to our HoI 3 campaign with the German Reich. And yeah, last time, it's been a while. I think last time I streamed was last Thursday. Sorry for not streaming last night, but I was out last night. And I'm just waiting for the screen to load up before I bring up the actual screen. And yeah, now I've got my new job over the weekends. I don't really stream over the weekends anymore. But yeah, so last time we kicked off Operation Barbarossa with a vengeance. It's gone pretty well so far. We are not that far away from we're 200 odd kilometers away. Yeah, no, just under 300 kilometers away from Moscow. I think about the same away from Leningrad as well. 250 away from Leningrad. We liberated Lithuania. We also liberated Latvia as well, who have all joined our faction, increasing them ever so slightly. I mean, we'll wait and see. They are a puppet of ours, so I don't know if that means we can actually declare war on them. But we'll wait and see what happens later on in the game. Why is this not brought up the view yet? 2 seconds. Oh, strange. Hang on. Oh, because I think I was in studio mode. That's why I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, so everything was kind of going okay. So I've kind of sorted out my inventory, the random equipment and stuff that I was getting, random infantry, they're going to be moved around. The artillery, the Flak 88s that we were given for free, meant to design to stop the T-34s when they show up. I've sent them to the fronts and I'll connect them later on. So, two main priorities today. Firstly, we are producing a shit ton of aircraft. The reason being is we want to take out stop the tide of British bombers that are causing us many, many problems. So hopefully we can do that. Secondly, hopefully wait and see how we get on with Barbarossa. It'd be nice to finish it, but I kind of can't see that happening here. But we'll keep pushing. We'll keep moving. We'll see how things go. One of the things I should really have done while I was away was move my air force up, but I've been naughtily playing Dwarf Fortress a lot over the last few days. That's probably going to be the thing I next play on stream in big numbers, is Dwarf Fortress, as I like to call it. It's a really fun game, and there's so much to it. I've started getting into it properly, so let's crack on, shall we? We have the Russians on full retreat still, but the issue we've got at the moment is the Russian muds have started to fall. Now, this is not great, because it will slow all our forces down. If we go into weather, which is that one there, it hasn't started yet. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's fucking freezing though, and you can see the snows are starting to creep. So yes, they are getting close. So are we. But yes, we are pushing fairly hard towards the enemy. We're needing to be careful of overextending at times as well. Shit. Because there is a genuine worry that I have at the moment, that we are maybe going to overextend somewhere a little bit too much, and kind of leave ourselves open to attack. We've had this advantage of kind of fucking over this Soviets with basically, I wouldn't say glitching the system, but not far off. I think that's KV1s there. Yeah, not far off really. Because we've kind of liberated certain regions, and it's led to like Belarus and Lithuania and Latvia, it kind of led us to jump forward massively in our assault. So we were nowhere near Vespayesk or Hommel. Well, we were near Hommel-ish. But as soon as we took Minsk, we were allowed to, like, liberate. And, yeah, it was effective for us, not so effective for them. There's still plenty of fighting going on in our favour. We need to kind of keep pushing with our forces as well. We kind of can't slow up, especially with the winter. This autumn mud's starting to set in. We can't really slow down. So, of course, we're not going to slow down. We're going to try and push forward, deal some blows to the Russian troops, and yeah, see how it goes, really. There is a lot of Russian troops about. It's got tank divisions here, but they haven't got much organisation. So this is one of the things that I knew that we'd have to basically kind of push with if we were ever going to do well in this campaign, is really staying on the backs of the Russian forces. Because one of the things with the Soviet Union is they run out of organisation really quickly. What are we attacking there? Bryansk. Stop it, because we're just going to lose too many men trying to capture that. Yeah, the Russians lose organisation, and basically once they've lost their organisation, they're not going to push forward very fast. So we need to take advantage of that, and, well, push forward while they are, in low organisation. And we've done that in several places quite effectively. Oh, fuck, is that French? Yeah, French partisans. Elite commando units advance. Excellent. That's what I like to see. So I also have another idea, and that is to slowly upgrade some of these troops over here, some of these divisions, into mechanised divisions. Now that we have mechanised infantry unlocked, I was thinking of doing that. Wow, the Scharnhorst is like shooting shit. Still not sunk anything, apart from a destroyer, but yeah, we're starting to get bogged down in the Russians. So we need to be careful. We are still winning plenty of battles, pushing forward. And as I say, counterattacks are going to be very useful, like this one here, where Soviet Union has no reinforcement chance, no organisation, and we just push back their tanks and try and keep up with encirclements, like so. Okay, so the 13th Panzer Division has been attacked in the Baltics. We're doing okay in the Baltics now that we've fucking managed to kind of liberate and get past, and get more troops up here. It was very, oh, that was a bad decision. It was very kind of costly, would be a wise word, in manpower and in time of my initial kind of invasion over here, because I didn't really have the troops to push through and be effective. And lo and behold, they weren't effective. But we've managed to sort that out. Managed to push our troops forward. As I say, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about these growing gaps in the line as we expand. The Russians seem to haven't been able to exploit them themselves either, but I don't want them to be exploited. But the more we're getting troops forward, the more we can kind of attack them before they can get into those positions, which is ideal. So yeah, you see shit like this happening where they're taking advantage and pushing forward. I don't know what the situation is with some of these forces, particularly the Russians, particularly the ones trapped in Belarus. I don't know if they're like able to fight normally or if they're kind of there in a bit of a weird way. We're not going to make a commando unit at the moment because our manpower is very low, and we're trying to preserve it as best we can. But yeah, I had the thought of upgrading units, because upgrading units doesn't really cost you, well, it costs you the same, but it doesn't really cost you manpower. And I realised why I have such a manpower problem, because I've been trying to like just deploy units rather than putting them into the production queue like you normally should, or like you can do in this. It's meant that a lot of units have just taken manpower when normally they don't. And that's caused us some serious bother, basically. Right, let's get some panzer support for that, because they're no way breaking through just themselves. It's annoying you can't tell what you're going up against, tank-wise, but I suppose that's just part of the game. We are upgrading the 124th Infantry Division to be mechanised infantry. Their stuff is currently in here. It's be ready in the new year. Well, everything will be ready in November, apart from the actual infantry. So yeah, we're getting self-propelled artillery, which I'm not quite sure what our self-propelled artillery is. I just saw a symbol for it. Oh, it's the bison. It's the normal bison. What's our standard artillery? Well, it's our medium artillery. Oh, the 150mm quick cannon 18, and yeah, just having a look at all our stuff. Armour is still the Panzer IIIs, but it's the Panzer IIIJ and Ls, and our light armour is the Panzer IIF. So that's pretty much done. We're still winning battles. Excellent. We're pushing forward. We have just lost a battle though that we tried to fight. That's not good. But yeah, there's these weird kind of like bulges starting to appear in a lot more places. Bulges that I'm not a massive fan of. Push that way. Join that fight. We are constantly on the border of supplies as well. Supplies are not good. Excellent. We've won the Battle of Germa. We have an infantry division here that is going to push into Tallinn and liberate that. And we've got a load of infantry here that are going to look forward to pushing towards Leningrad. So let's go. We're also going to shift some infantry over to kind of try and cover over here a little bit. Because as you can see, it's a bit expansive. Let's get the 111th Infantry Division to attack there. And then let's get the 80th Division to kind of swing around to here. To say, don't want to get forces cut out. There's a load of Russian torpedo boats over there in the Gulf of Riga. Not quite sure what they're planning on doing, but they're there. Right, 90th Infantry Division. You can attack there as well. 93rd can go up to Voru. Still sinking submarines. Still sinking plenty of British shipping, which is always good. And we can deploy... Oh, another close air support voices. Guessing this is a new one. What does Italy want to offer us? Money for rare materials. Oh, okay. We're not burning through them that quick, are we? Yeah, we're burning through them quite quickly. Not ideal, but we'll hopefully get some from the Soviet Union. Right. I know this is in 1 speed. It's because as soon as you move it out of 1 speed, it just goes stupidly quickly. The amount of stuff that pops up. I'm worried that I had someone surrounded then. I hope that wasn't the case. Ah, we have some Soviet forces surrounded though, which is good. Right. Excellent. We're across the river. Moving towards Stalino. Stalino and Rostov-on-Don. Ooh. Okay. We got another aircraft ready. I'll change those names in a bit. And jet engine research. Huzzah. Oh, let me just pop this up because I like to have that up. Let's pause a second because everything else is going to come up while we're sorting it out. 125th Infantry Division. Let's deploy them next to the 124th. Technology. That's what it was. Jet engine research. Level 1. Now, that won't let us do jet fighter, will it? No. We can do subsonic development. Because why not? But we need jet engine 1, which I'm guessing must be in secret. Where is it? Where is the jet engine tech? You'd think it'd be in jet tech. Ah, it is. But you need... Ah, okay, that makes sense. It is, but you need jet engine research level 3. Okay. That makes sense. Big jet engine. Wow. I like it. Jet engine or big jet engine. But yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, and then we can research a jet fighter. And then even a jet bomber as well, but we need a big jet engine for that. And then you'll be doing things like pressurized cockpit, ejection seats, and yeah. I mean, we got to get there first. Still got a way to go. Got to win this war first, and sort a lot of things out. But it's going all right. Let's put pressure on this forces. It helps them with defeating French partisans too. We're also bringing down some our dissent, which is also useful as it will stop people from stealing our well-earned goods. There's a load of infantry here that's not doing a lot. Let's get them involved. Ah, fuck. Okay, so now they've got the Great Patriotic War fucking bonus, which is going to make them so much harder to push back. God damn it. How about you didn't do that, Soviet Union, and you just let me win? I like that idea. More research as possible. Oh, we must just capture something big. We'll put it into our officers, because always should go into the officer corps. Well, not always, but it's useful to go into the officer corps as much as we can. Alright, so starting to level this off a little bit. Troops are starting to spread out, starting to make it a little bit more safe to advance. We have Agricultural Giant, which has increased our supplies. I wonder where that one was. It must be because we've captured certain places. Agricultural Giant, what did we have? We've got Poltava, Oldenburg, and yeah, and Erkmerge. So, yeah, you have to have Poltava or Oldenburg, basically. That's cool. That helps. So, say, National Manpower Modifier. We just get 61 per month. I mean, most of them is going into reinforcements, but, you know, if we were to somehow win over the Soviet Union, then, you know, we'd have a lot of time to... We could have a few months where we build up our manpower. Let's have a look over Air Force Producer, and it said Pixin, didn't it? Or Pixian, which is... Ah, in China. That's not going to happen. Where was it? Shit. So this is one of the things you can get as well. Oh, no. Yeah, or Baki. Ah, we could get the Baki oil fields. That could be a place that we could capture. Yes. We could capture Baki, and that would give us Air Force Producer. Naval Builder is Genoa, Norfolk, Glasgow, Tokyo, Belfast, yeah, which we will have none, or Vicksburg. So basically, places in Britain and America. Armour Producer, I need to... One of the following must be true, which I've got Ravadnik. I also have to have an oil refinery that is controlled by me. And I have to have one of them, which is not going to be true. That kind of sucks. Nuclear power, well, according to this, I'm not going to get that one either. Where's Hay River? Is it in America? Probably is in America. Yeah, no, it's in Canada. Oh, interesting. Medical world leader, though. Could get it if I get Leningrad. Fair enough. It's one of those things that, like, you know, you get bonuses for controlling certain regions, which kind of makes sense, really. I like that idea in this game. In this mod. Move up. Give guys support. I want to take Sevastopol as well. Move up, guys. Take Sevastopol and Kursk, really. Let's get the Hungarian troops into position. Where are you guys going? We're inching ever closer to Moscow. Ever closer. Even with the Great Patriotic War, we're getting, as I say, slightly closer to their forces. Got a fairly large encirclement to finish off here as well. And we've recaptured Tallinn as well. Excellent. Get some Spanish forces involved as well. Why not? Right, you guys. Move towards Leningrad. Ah, we've won the Battle of Kharkov. That's good news. Something I like to hear. The Battle of Kharkov has gone our way. Let's move these mountaineers more towards the south. Where's the rest of my mountaineers? Oh, there's a load of Italian troops there. They can go towards the south as well. Here they are. Because they're going to have to start fighting in the Caucasus, especially if we want to get to the Baku oil fields. Baku oil fields. Baku? Baku. Baku. Can't remember the exact terminology for it, but it's fine. But yeah, we definitely want to get them moving towards there. Bloody hell. Looks like 12th Panzer Division is coming up against a hard force. So I won't try and push that. We seem to be shrinking down this encirclement here in Lithuania, which is always useful. The 91st Infantry Division is doing pretty well. It's pushing out nice and far by itself. How's everything going? We seem to have slowed down a lot of the bombing. We will increase that because we have fighters now starting to be produced. More fighters, should I say, starting to be produced. What is our fighters at the moment? It's the E4. Our fight bombers is the Focke 190A6. Ooh, we lost a battle. Trade interdiction, sub-advance. Allows research of unrestricted trade, submarine warfare. We're definitely going to do that. Because it will allow our submarines to go a bit mental and sink even more stuff. We've lost the Battle of Barbarossa. I mean, we lost almost 5,000 troops. Holy shit. Ah, I can see why. So they strengthened them with a lot of extra troops. Let's get these flak 88s into use. Okay, we've got the 128th Infantry Division over here. Move it with the 125th. Keep them nice and close together. Now, we have the decision to do the Baltic railroads, but we're not going to do that until we actually control all of the Baltics, which we don't at the moment, in case you were wondering. No, we don't, so we'll make sure that doesn't happen for the time being, because otherwise it's a waste of resources. Leningrad does have a fair amount of troops in it, so Leningrad might have to be surrounded and, well, attacked. We're not going to just besiege it, because we know what happened when that happened in real life. We've won the Battle of VIII. Nice. I was going to counter-attack there. Doesn't look like we've got the troops to do so. We are still winning battles, though. And we are getting even closer to Moscow. Holy shit. And by closer, I mean we are getting really close. We're, what, 160 kilometers away, so we've half the distance that we were. It's pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy. Right, we can push up towards Leningrad from the south as well, with the 3rd Panzer Division and the 48th Infantry Division. Right, so the 91st Infantry Division is about to push to Narva, which is the kind of eastern border of Estonia, and it will be entering Russia. Well, I'd say entering Russia properly. We've been doing it for ages, but we're entering the Baltic of Russia for the first time. We are massively outproducing in consumer goods, which is pretty impressive. We might as well wait until that's completely down and then supply all the things that need it. Let's put our production up, actually. Nah, fuck it. We can increase our... No, do reinforcements first. Reinforcements are a bit more important. Make sure that stays at least at that. Won't get... not everyone will get reinforced, but it will help. And we can increase our close air support prototype to level 6. Might not even be a Stuka anymore after that. We lost a battle against a hard amount of tanks. We still haven't fucking pushed into Kharkov. It's probably due to the fact that people are running out of supplies, which is not good. This is getting a little bit tougher now. They're kind of hardening themselves in. Digging in a way. I mean, I don't blame them. I would be getting worried if I saw how close we were getting to Moscow. We are also coming up against a lot of their fortifications now as well. However, we are pushing still pretty far in, and there's a big gap opened up in the south for us to push towards, even push towards Stalingrad. So we might as well make the most of this push and try and make the most of this gap and try and make some pushes towards victory points, because there's nothing like trying to capture victory points. We won another battle against the Soviet Union, pushed them back. So, you know, we're not, like, winning every battle comfortably. There are some we are losing. I just attacked with a unit that had no organisation. Don't know why I did that. Air cooling system for aircraft. Excellent. As well as the IFF responder, which is friend or foe responder, I think, is what it's known as. That'll be under avionics, won't it? Yeah, IFF transponder. Telecommunications, in telecommunications identification, friend or foe. Air systems. Air cooling system is there. Now, it let me do... It popped up with stuff. That it would let me do, like... Not drop tanks. Is it an avionics? Can't do night equipment. Not there. It's not in jet tech. It was climb rate focus, single engine maneuverability focus. That's what it was. So let's have a look what these give you. Climb rate focus, air defense is better air defense and better speed. That one gives us a bit quicker speed first, so we might as well do that one and then do climb rate focus. In fact, we have both, so why can't we do both? I don't know. For some reason it's not going to let us do both, but I'm going to make us do both. Okay. And reinforcement is coming down, which is good. Let's make sure that stays as it needs to be. Oh, there was troops in Narva. And we didn't win. Excellent. So, we have, however, cut off a load of enemy troops. Now, let's move these units to where they need to be. As I say, this is where we want to start pushing towards Leningrad. We want to start pushing a little bit harder. Oh my god, these keep popping up. See why I don't really like playing in 2-speed on this one? Because it moves silly fast. Yeah, that's why. You get told everything at once, and it's a bit confusing. For lack of a better word. We lost a province called VIII, wherever that was. God, this is just in 1 speed. Down here. Enemy tank divisions. And now snow is beginning to fall. It's October, the snow is beginning to fall. But we did tell everyone to take winter equipment, so this is where everyone kind of knows, oh, he wasn't actually an idiot after all, he was a bit sensible. And I'm like, yep. Yes, I was. 109th Infantry Division, push into Kharkov, please. As well as these light panzer divisions. Come on, guys. We need to make the most of the fact that there's fucking nothing here. He's attacking my low organisation forces. He's trying to counterattack them. Don't blame it. It's good thinking. Ooh. What the hell? Oh. Okay, so, load of rationing. Click on that one, get some supplies. Do we need metal? We don't need metal, no, so we can lose that descent. And we don't need... We're okay on fuel, so we'll reduce that down as well. Hang on. Stalin escaped our glorious panzers in the east. However, the head of the Abwehr has proposed a daring mission. After a tip-off supplies, it seems Comrade Stalin has fled to Vladivostok. We haven't captured Moscow yet, so why the fuck is he running away? legal printing, and we definitely don't need more energy. Let's go back into here, make sure that's up where it needs to be, and that can come down. So we're trying to capture... I mean, go for it, yeah. Let's try and find Stalin. That'll be hilarious if like, he gets captured and it just completely ends all resistance. That would make me giggle. How weird. We haven't even got to Moscow, so I don't know why that popped up. No, we've got a load of decisions to do. We can do party rally, hurrah for the government. Do a military parade, why not? We can also create the 9th U Flotilla. Yes, we can. That's fine. I don't mind spending the 2 manpower it costs me for that, because it is submarines. And submarines will win us this war. Right. Oh my god, there's like Brandenburg... Oh shit. There's commandos that have landed over here. Oh shit. Oh fuck. This is where Japan would be amazing joining me here. Hey Japan, hey. We'll call them in a bit, because they're having troubles even with China. Soviet Union would kick your ass. My god, imagine if we'd like capture Vladivostok. It's like, oh, by the way, Stalin's here. And yeah, you win. But we're like, what? That would thoroughly confuse me. Right. Yet again, the 30th Infantry Division, which, you know, the 30th Infantry Division is one of the most supreme infantry divisions in the German Reich, is pushing forward and, you know, is going to be one of the first nearest to Moscow when it comes to our forces. So fair play on them. They were the same with Paris, so, you know, fair enough. Okay, you guys can move over to here as well. Move to fire Psychoff, then we can move you around from there. Okay, push against those forces. Let's use some Hungarian militiamen here, shall we? As you can tell, it's kind of all got a little bit slow. What can only be described as rather annoyingly. Oh, it would help if it was on pause. But yeah, it's not going to be an easy feat, especially when we're starting to lose battles. We were losing some and winning others, so. What was that? Defense position designs, that's fine. Okay, still winning battles. That's always good. We are losing some though now. As I say, they're starting to get the national pride bonuses, which makes them very, very difficult to budge at times. This is the issue. Not being able to get things like this to budge kind of just gives you the horrible, horrible issue of how the fuck are we moving forward. And a lot of the times you kind of just aren't moving forward. Let's try mopping up some of these Russian divisions that are in Belarus. They don't seem to be wanting to go. Got a load of troops that could need to move to other places, actually. If they are Spanish troops, etc., they need to be moving. Uh-oh. Shit. Partisans. Massive partisan boost from Soviets. Oh my god, there's guys up here that just aren't where they need to be. Come on. You need to be supporting your troops. Supporting your friends. Don't hang around, not doing fuck all. Right. The partisans popped up in Estonia. Mainly. Assholes. There's a couple popped up here. The 18th Infantry Division can deal with, but yeah, fucking hell. Most of them popped up in bloody... Actually, in fact, they fucked me off because they've taken out one of my infantry divisions. Bloody partisans, eh? Nothing but trouble here. Oh shit. We managed to win the Battle of VIII. But fucking... Stop losing battles! Ooh, that was not good. Not a good series of battle losing. What are we doing over in Vladivostok? Of course, they're out of control of it, which kind of makes sense. Out of supply, which makes perfect sense, really. I was about to say, where are these troops fighting? And I realised they're fighting literally on the doorstep of Moscow. Yeah. Where's my favourite infantry division? There it is. We've got the first Guards motorised over here as well. That's how serious it's getting for the Soviet Union. We've got the Guards motorised divisions about. And over here, trying to fight us. Partisans in Norway this time. Right in the fucking north of Norway. Good job we've got an SS infantry division over there. But yeah, that's no good. Right. These guys are completely out of supply. Which is not ideal. That is definitely not ideal. So that's a lot of infantry there. Come on guys, we're pushing. Keep up the good work. We'll get there. We're taking up massive swathes of this land already, but boy, doesn't get any easier. even moving towards Rostov-on-Don, like, this is the thing, Rostov-on-Don is 420 kilometers away from Stalingrad, which we need to take. If we've got any hope of winning this, like, war, we need to take it. Now, it being so far away, it's just a nightmare. Stay where you are, can't let you move. Weird as that sounds. Well, you can move and you can push against them. Don't. Where's my aircraft? Where actually is my aircraft? Over here. I don't know why I put them in Belarus, don't get prepared there. Let's get our ground support going. This is the last push towards Moscow. It's just there, it's not far. It's not far. 138 kilometers. We're getting there. We could be there by Christmas, boys. God, imagine being Moscow at Christmas. Ugh. Never a wise idea. Does that mean that Ukrainians are going to rise up against the Soviet Union? Because if so, that's going to be good for us. I'll try and make them push. Cut off supplies or cause these to panic. Right. Now we've got troops moving forward a little bit better. We've got troops moving towards... Well, always have had, but we've got troops now in more aggressive terms pushing towards Leningrad, which is good. Let's also have a look at supply map mode. Ah, that makes sense. These are all fucking knackered. Where is? I'll tell you what we need. Not that. We need these. And they need to get on the air supply bug. It was a good way to supply our troops and get them moving. Where are they at the moment? Come on, let's push towards Rostov. Come on, boys. an air supply. Not the band. Hopefully you're going to drop troops around. Drop supplies to our troops so that they can move forward. It's not quite Stalingrad, oh we need to drop supplies to actually get troops moving forward. It's more like, let's drop supplies, drop supplies to keep them alive. It's more like, let's drop supplies so they can push forward. Although there was almost a fucking encirclement of our troops, which would not have been fun. That much I can tell you right now. I'm getting into that last little bit and it's just gonna get really fucking grindy. Oh, it's gonna get so grindy. This is where these battles really hurt. We are losing ground in places. It's very back and forwards now. It's not quite as stable as it was. This was at times pretty much guaranteed like push towards them. And every time I see, oh, we lost that battle, it panics me a little bit. I'm a bit worried that, like, are we actually going to, push forward at all, or are we just stuck here forever? And sometimes I just don't know. I mean, the Russians are doing quite well here and like countering attacking us when they need to stop us even progressing forward. But yeah, it's tight. It's very close. Doesn't happen to hit me like in those types of battles where I've got units and no organisation, which is pretty much the centre. Move towards fence. I'm also getting this issue where kind of the Russians are wanting to retreat by themselves anyway. I mean, I'm attacking them. Let's just check if my mic is on. I am attacking them as well. Oh, intangible. Sorry, I didn't see that there was a follow. It didn't pop up on sound. It didn't register. Thank you very much for the follow. I do apologise there. That's very weird. I don't know why that didn't go off. I'm not just an arsehole. In 2 seconds, I just need to alt tab for a second. Right. Looks like we lost a couple of provinces to the Russians. It looks like they've hit us back hard. What is the weather like now in the Soviet Union? It's still not quite frozen yet, but it's not very warm. There is some mud to the south of Moscow. But yeah. As I say, there's things we need to be careful of. Let's recapture Tallinn. Let's push back the Soviet ski infantry and Soviet proletariat infantry itself. Let's get an attack on here. Oh, we've been attacked. Right, let's get infantry forces in there to support. Right, let's wait for these to be properly out. Okay, move towards them. So these are like, this is what I'm saying, like things like this. You know, we haven't attacked them, but they're retreating on their own. So we might as well like let them retreat and then move in afterwards. Rather than trying to force our way in and losing troops unnecessarily. Alright. Ah, there's actual force removers here. It's going to be a little bit more tricky than I thought it was. It's fucking slow here. So slow. The problem, it's really kind of come down on the way it was. It was quite like forward and we were moving very quickly. Now it's just bleh. Now I'm quite willing to let my troops slow down. Oh, we won a battle of Reserve. Oh my god. That's an impressive victory. Yeah, I'm kind of willing to let my troops just like hold off for a bit, regain some organisation, regain some supplies, and then push forward. But there's also a part of me that's like, we need to go now. Now, I am going to build the Ukrainian rail network, mainly because we have got most of Ukraine now under our control, and it will just benefit us no end. We're losing a lot of battles. they're doing like the same as what we did to them, which was as soon as you see the enemy, they're losing ground. Just keep up the offensive. It works well. At least it mostly does. I think they've had their event where they get a fuckload of infantry. Because there is all of a sudden a lot of enemy forces about. Because it does happen. I knew it did. Looks like it has. Shit, we got a load of stuff here as well. Okay, let's go into artillery. Let's improve heavy AA guns, because why not? Sub-prod artillery brigade and heavy artillery brigades. And reduce that down. And we've also got infantry. Artillery brigades is too high as well. Let's go single engine airframe research as well. Yeah, so they do get an event that gives them 200 fucking divisions, and something tells me it may or may not have just popped. The amount of Soviet divisions right now is ridiculous. Now this is where I want to hold, reinforce our men's organisation, and kind of prep them for, you know, maybe March, where we can regroup and re-attack. It's not necessarily a bad idea. How are we doing with guys in Vladivostok? Not very well. They can't move. Excellent. Okay, moving to Kharkov. Now, if we've got troops like this that have got organisation, have got supply, then there's no reason why they can't try and push forward. But for most troops, don't have that, so most troops aren't going to be doing that. But yeah, if they've got them, then there's no reason not to use them. Oh, I had basing advance as well, which is under construction. Where is it? Basing 1943. Cool. Let's do installation security. Why not? Last one. Okay. Been attacked in Oblyansk. Yes, you can see a lot of the troops in the centre don't have the organisation or anything to carry on aggressively fighting. It's a bit depressing, really. So long as they've got organisation to defend, that's the main thing. Okay, the autumn mud starts to clear, but we're going to start getting this Russian winter. So I don't know which one's better or worse. These guys are holding off everything. I'm worried about the Hungarian troops. I don't think they're good enough. They're not to be defending what they need to defend. Goddamn partisans. Okay. Finally, Kharkov is under our control. Let's get these air supplying. Oh, we lost the fucking convoy there. Bastards. Right, so we have yet more fighters, which is good. We've won a couple of extra battles there. Good, good, good. I'm starting to get like more stressed as I play this now. The joys that happen with this game. Ah, we've won the Battle of Rostov-on-Don as well. Excellent. Okay, this is... This is interesting because this gap in the middle, this bulge here is quite large. I have to be careful of it. This is the problem, we've got a lot of units in low supply. Let's get industrial efficiency up. We've won about the Minsk, good. More partisans. Let's get some partisans on our side. Mobile unit training advance, excellent. As well as camouflage designs for our infantry. Nice. What are we researching? Armour. Not a lot, really. Pretty much anything we can, we are. Well, slash anything we want to. Cool, that's that done. We're starting to... Still losing fights. Particularly around Moscow now. push has stalled, so to speak. And while there are troops who are definitely holding out and holding out well, this is a bit of a fucking clusterfuck. We're losing just as many battles as we're winning. It's really fucking difficult to try and keep control of all these units as well. Right, let's get these units moved over to the centre. It's moving them massively far away from where they're normally used to, but you know what? I don't really care. I feel like they're better use over there. Alright. Yeah, it is getting really kind of difficult, particularly in the middle. There is a threat of an encirclement, which we're going to prevent right now. The Russian forces seem to be... Ukrainian uprising. Those have very high popularity. That'll be interesting to see how that works. You guys are pushing really far ahead. Well done, but careful. As I say, I don't want to have men completely and utterly surrounded and cut off. Monsoons are over, but we don't really care about the monsoons. Snowfall increases. This is where we need to hold our lines and just prepare for whatever the Russians are going to throw at us. Medicine advance, excellent. That's always useful. We always want that. It is a bit too far forward now, but that's fine. 1937, holy shit. But yeah, as I say, it said dig in, but I generally do think this is where we need to dig in and slow down. I hope that the enemy don't push us back too much. I hope that while we don't, like, things like this, as I say, where there is the opportunity to push forward, then yes, we'll take it. But, you know, the main aim here is to stop, like, a massive counter-offensive by the Soviet Union. If we do that, we can regroup and get our troops ready for... Let's just pause this before it fucks up. Yeah, if we prevent a massive counter-offensive... Ah, shit, our national unity is suddenly massively increasing because we're starting to really help knock out British planes. Yeah, if we go to weather, yeah, it's really starting to creep in. It's starting to come. So we need to be careful. As I say, doesn't mean we should stop if we can help it. There are times when you can keep going. We should make the most of that, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. We have got troops across the Don though, which is good. Has the Japanese just attacked the Americans? Is that what's just happened? Yep. GG Japan. GG. Yeah, the Japanese have just attacked the Americans. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Seems like mostly, this is, we're starting to secure these borders. There we go. Day of infamy. America's now in the war. Oh, fuck. Fucking partisans in our own region have jumped up. Bastards. Okay. So, oh shit, we lost another battle there. I think that was us trying to advance. Yeah, I think it was. Rather than anything too worrying, it was us advancing. Actually, keep an eye on those battles we lose. Let's move these twin engine fighters over to here, Soviet Union, shall we? Because they seem to be pretty solid. They seem to be pretty. Still some strategic bombs, but it's not too major. Yeah, as I say, this is very much a dig-in for the Russian winter. We've not made much we made a bit of progress. We made about 100 kilometers towards Moscow. But yeah, it's not been great progress. This is where we need to regroup, regain organisation in our troops, and then look to push after this. Looks like we've got supply organisation, which gets supply throughput up. So it should be our men get our actual supplies. Oh, excellent. Okay. railroad network as well. Road network, sorry, which also increases our supply throughput. Again, something we kind of really want. Soviets being a little bit cheeky here. I'm not going to let them get away with it either. I'm just going to try and shorten the border a little bit. Any of you have... No, none of them have organisation. And Hungarian troops are under attack again. Shit. Troops that have no organisation up against Russian tanks is not a good mix. Not a good mix at all. Shit. British Commando raid. Motherfuckers. I had a division cut off. We're back. Okay, we are winning battles. We're holding them off. Apart from this little gap over here that we're not. The one where we're not getting any fucking thingies through either. Like, very few supplies. Let's try and attack the Guards Cavalry Division in the rear. Right. We also have an infantry division we can deploy, so we might as well deploy that. Link up together in the... No. It's not crashed yet. It's just taking its sweet ass time. Don't need that. Let's make this the 31st Army Corps, I think, or is it 32nd? Let's go for 32nd. A.K. Attach this in the centre. What army is nearest to the centre? 5th Army. Which probably has way too much stuff attached to it. I just realised. Right. Actually, probably not best to attach it to that. What's this one? 6th Army will do. Right, let's also move some of our army forces forward as well. By army forces, I mean, like, our fucking HQs. This is also probably going to be a short stream tonight, peeps. I do apologise. Mainly due to finishing late, which is my fault. Well, starting late, but the World Cup was on. That's why. As I say, we've not really moved forward much, but we are at least in a good way kind of holding on to our gains. We need to save those infantry in the south though. Oh shit. Uh. The Russians are nowhere near like pulling back at all. Right. A load of new aircraft built. Excellent. Right. So to say, the issue is, fucking hell, is shit like that, where it's like getting pushed back, wait, they're still alive, where we've got troops that are slowly getting pushed back more and more. We're running out of supplies in the centre. We've just had a division cut off as well. Which is never good. Luckily they managed to fight and win, but never good having them cut off in the first place. Attack those. As I say, this is the thing. The Soviets are pushing back hard, and kind of knew they would. The thing is, if we can re-equip our troops and be ready by the spring, we might be able to push back on the enemy and push back on them hard. Completely turn everything on its head. But yeah, it's hard to tell exactly how well we're going to do against that, but it's something we're going to have to do. But yes, as I say, short stream tonight, guys. I will be back tomorrow for a full-length stream. Again, it'll probably be later starting, due, as I say, to the World Cup. But, oh god, this is it. This is where I knew that we would struggle with the Soviet Union. I knew, well, yeah, it is a struggle. My issue, as I say, is supply. It's coming from Belarus. So we look in supply map mode. It's these areas here, just not getting what they need, which is not ideal. Everywhere else is pretty fine, but yeah, these guys are not. Oof. And that is big Russian force trying to push against us here. But yes, as I say, we will leave it here for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow.